And we're back.
But
Hi.
so everyone missed our funny conversation about Maine and about whatever the chat show is again, Future Man.
Future Man.
They did miss that conversation.
Darn it.
Sorry. The only way they will ever know about that conversation is to be friends with us.
Well,
So-
it's safer.
Be our friend.
So come and be our friend.
Be our friend.
guest.
I have friends. I definitely have friends. Friends, friendly friends. I have all the friends.
That's a great
So,
one.
where were we? We were gonna do two things.
We're
Two
doing two
things.
things. Trying to get a mission done in an hour now, apparently.
That's probably not gonna happen, but we can at least get it started and into
We're
stuff.
setting up a mission.
That's right.
That's right.
We might even get into the mission. Depends. So I'm going to go backwards, and by backwards I mean an order that you're on my screen. Edland.
Well, that's weird. I didn't know that's the order I'm on the screen.
Well, that's why I sort of explained it, because I realized it really didn't make any sense to you guys to say backwards. Edland,
Yes.
you were going to go talk to Sister Thorn. She is at her usual place, Gaddock Rail Station. They've got what do you call those things? A warehouse. Along with the train tracks, train yards
Mm-hmm.
where they're kind of big, and they've got all the little branching paths and whatever. One of those along, what do you call those things again? Warehouses. The thing I just said.
I was about ready to say watchtowers.
Okay. No. But they've got one of the warehouses at one of the ends of the, I forget what you call train things that go off where the tracks go. But, one of these sort of abandoned ones down there. It's obviously not abandoned, but it doesn't see a lot of traffic.
Okay. I stroll that way.
Yep. You've been there before, picking up things that you like to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I just tail him.
Okay. Are you doing it secretly?
Yeah, I mean, from enough of a distance that it would not be obvious.
But does he know you're following him?
He knows. Yes, he knows.
Okay. Yeah, and they will, Sister Thorn and her little group of scavengers, they can meet you out there. Edland. Been a while.
Sister Thorn. It won't be too much longer. I do have some need for your skills shortly. But
You don't care about the little people anymore? You never visit?
I have something planned soon. But this is a social call.
Really?
So it was, let me get this back. So it was a group of scavengers. Do they work for someone, or did we have more about the scavengers in that?
I don't think so.
Okay. We are looking for an artifact.
I've come across a few.
An artifact of the Throne of Judgment.
Discipline.
It's judgment.
If it's the Throne of Discipline, that's going straight into my bedroom.
Sit in the Throne of Discipline, and then you will know. You will know.
Good times.
Yeah, I know about the Throne of Judgment. We found it. Sold it to an interested party.
Any way I can get some information on that party?
Made some sweet coin. You know I don't like to drop names of clients. I mean, how would you like your proclivities out there?
It's happened before. It'll happen again.
Speaking of which, can you sign my copy of the paper?
I sign it.
Fuck those dudes.
I'm not worried about it. It's the written word. Most people don't care. So
Well, that's why they have newsies to shout the news.
Mhm.
Or to sing it, you know, depending. They are newsies.
is there any way we can trade information? Is there anything you're looking for? I don't even really need a name. I just need to know a way to go. I need a path to follow.
Well, you're a good friend. I could probably let some information go. Or some money.
I hold up a coin.
A coin is about this much money.
Yeah, I know.
So you go.
Here.
I jingle my money back.
Right.
I don't know where this pile of money came from. I'm just gonna leave it here. Walk away.
Who left this here? I almost tripped over this.
Right.
This must be yours.
So we sold it to Lady Pendrin. At least that's where we were told the money was coming from. We actually dropped it off at like a brothel or something.
I casually toss her the coin.
Oh!
Right.
Oof.
We'll play like medicine
we'll wait till
ball.
she wakes up.
Right. Well, she's Charlize Theron, so she, catches it and
People come out to check on her.
puts it down like she's a super cool badass, even though she's 5'5" or something. I don't know how tall Charlize Theron is.
I thank you for your time.
Okay. And Timothy was gonna go check on Chief Helker.
That's right.
So Chief Helker is down at the docks in his usual place. All the informants that you know of seem to be at their usual positions. Everything seems to be business as normal.
And yet he has not come to see us.
And yet he has not come to see you.
Did we miss a payment or something?
No.
Well, I will go talk to him and see what's up.
Okay. Well, he sees you coming. He's kind of like, yeah, all right. Bet you're wondering where I was.
Yeah. You've been absent recently.
Yeah, well, we got a better offer.
Can I inquire as to your current employer?
For a minute there, he seems like he doesn't want to tell you, but then he kind of, yeah, all right, sure. It's the, it's that Aruvian lady.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. That's a better offer. Anything we can do to change your mind?
Well, I think we're pretty understanding down here at the docks. We're pretty open to all sides. Anybody that wants to employ our services is happy to. Just some money.
Hmm. Ding, ding, ding.
Because you guys, you stole them from the ink rigs by basically offering them more.
Mm-hmm.
She offered them more.
Hmm. She currently thinks we're dead, so I don't want to try to steal them back from her. But would he be amenable to working for both of us?
Of course he would. As long as there's money involved.
Okay. There's money involved.
Okay. How much money? What are we talking here?
Let's go with half again over what you are currently getting, and that is for silence from the other party.
I mean, again, they're pretty fluid with who they'll work for, as long as they're paying them enough. So I'm probably thinking like a 2-coin upkeep on any sort of jobs that you guys do.
What's the advantage we're getting from them?
I'm sorry, wait, what?
There are informants.
How about we just kill him, and then the new chief we can renegotiate with?
Your solution is always killing people.
I was thinking of asking Chris to burn the docks down again.
Have you seen my trauma?
I do want to point out, I actually have access to all the Alchemical Creation stuff now, including fire oil, which erupts in a searing flame upon contact with air.
So you really do want to be on our list? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, but it's a lot of wood around.
It's an option.
I was thinking, we go to their main doors, their main, like their barracks, whatever, their dock, whatever.
Warehouse or whatever.
I put binding oil on the main door, and then toss fire oil on the roof.
Yeah, that'd be a way to deal with it.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this plan as well.
Binding oil permanently fuses 2 surfaces until dissolved by calculus or electroplasm. So I bind their door until it's one piece of wood.
Right. Then they're trapped inside and you burn them out. No, I get it. I followed you.
You can also, give him a Boilermaker with fire oil in it.
Oh,
so hey. when he retches.
I have a question, Mark.
Yeah.
I've been down the docks and used to, work the union around here. Do I know this guy? Before our union got busted up.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the main people down here at the docks.
He sort of took over some of the unions.
I mean, he used to be in the union. That's why he's still in charge.
Yeah.
Even after it broke up. He's a good union man.
And we had to deal with him?
Mm-hmm.
We did. course, he had to deal with other people before we took him from them, so this is not unexpected. However, the people he currently has to deal with think we're dead, so I would like to keep it that way.
Well, if he dies, it's all nice and tidy.
Yeah, unless she already knows from him that...
What's his reputation, Mark?
He's, I mean, people know him as being, you know, a good dock worker. He keeps, you know, everything running down there.
Tight ship.
That's the word or the phrase. And, but people also know that he's fairly greedy. Like he's not one to turn down money. But he's also, you know, like I said, I mean, you know, he keeps the docks running, and he makes sure that his people are taken care of.
Okay, so I think I might. Well, let me ask you this: Who's this other person that bought him off? Are they fairly high noble in the nobility?
Elstera Avrathi. She is the
same one. The same one who tried to kill us.
So he sold out to someone who helped bust up the union.
No, they would.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
She wouldn't have been involved in that. She's a foreigner. She's a dirty foreigner. She wouldn't have been involved in that.
He sold out to somebody who straight up murdered us.
Well. Right. I was just trying to figure out if there was a union angle I could pull here, but there's not. Quite.
Okay. Who's the second in command, and have they been groomed enough to take over should something bad happen to them?
Well, there's a couple people. Some of them are more honest than others, so they may not be involved in some of his particular dealings. But I mean, there are other, you know, managerial dock worker types. He can't do it all. It's a pretty big dock. You could probably find, you know, a second in command who.
How did you get him in your pocket?
We pretty much hijacked the payment that was coming into him. Then when they missed a payment, we jumped in and said, "Oh, here's a payment. You work for us now."
So the people actually did pay.
Well, they actually were paying, but
he never received payment, right?
Not from them. No.
Correct.
Did he receive our payment?
I assume
Did this motherfucker receive our payment?
Of course he did. Yes, he's actually received several payments from you.
Now I take umbrage with this.
Yes,
he has. What's his name?
Chief Helker.
Chief. I step forward. Did you get our fucking money? Did you take my fucking money?
He looks at you and he's like, "Yeah."
Okay.
Did you get information from me?
Okay. Did we get what we wanted from him?
we haven't heard from him in months, so no.
Yeah, we haven't heard from you in months.
Nothing to report.
Oh, what a load of shit.
You sure about that? There ain't been nothing to report on the docks.
It's been real quiet down here.
I think you put your fingers in too many pies. You took my fucking money, and I want my fucking information.
All right, let's have a command action, I think.
Okay. And I slip off my glove.
All right.
That's not how this works. You took my money.
Mm-hmm. So, what's our surroundings like right now?
You're down in the docks. It's pretty busy. I mean, you're not in public, but there are dock workers around.
We might need to take this somewhere private.
No. Boys know how this works. And if they don't, I'm about to educate them. You don't double dip that shit.
So that'll be, let's see, risky standard, I think.
You gonna assist me there, Danny?
I will assist you.
That'll cost you 1 stress, Timothy.
Mm-hmm.
And Hamish, you will get an extra die.
Right.
You can also choose to boost or take a devil's marksman if you want.
I will push myself.
Okay.
And I will also take it to. I'm gonna go for it. All right. So I roll command.
Mm-hmm.
And if I take it to desperate, that would up it to.
Well, it's risky standard right now, so taking it to desperate would make it great.
All right.
You're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Well, you'll get XP.
Thanks. It's great. You said.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Sweet God.
That's
That's 4 fucking dice.
So many twos.
That's real bad.
There's no way to re-roll that shit, is there?
Nope.
You're gonna have to kill him now.
Yep. I'm gonna have to follow through now. Ain't no playing.
Yeah, that's basically what you do. You try to intimidate him, and he doesn't back down.
I'm sorry, Chief, but Hamish is real sensitive about his money.
He's like, I told you the information. And he looks behind you, kind of around, and there's obvious, dock workers moving in, punching their fists, getting their knives out.
Big sticks.
No, I don't. I actually don't think I can back down now, Timothy.
I'm reckless. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
Spark, I straight up wreck him right there in front of his men.
All right. So if you're gonna
may
do,
get us, but we're taking him down.
That's
right.
That's fine. The only problem is wreck is like sabotage and stuff. But you didn't actually mean wreck, did you?
Well, you told me that was like, causing like graphic, gross violence.
It can be. It's wreck a place, item, or obstacle with Savage Force.
Yes.
Not a person necessarily. Okay. Now, I mean, you can make it that way, but don't you have more dice?
Well, the thing about me wanting to do it that way is to make his men back off.
That's true, but that would actually be more command, actually, because that's intimidation. And,
I got that. Don't worry about that.
Intimidation can involve, breaking kneecaps, too. Like, I mean, it's not necessarily... If your effect that you're wanting to do is damage, then you should probably go for skirmish. But if the effect you want is to cow his men, then it would be more command. Even though what you're doing in the fiction is the same.
I mean, they're the same die roll for me, so...
Well, okay, so which one do you want to do?
Well, I want to make a graphic demonstration of him.
So are you trying to impress his men or get him out of the way?
No, I want to kill him.
All right.
But I want to do it in a grossly graphic way, which we can get to later, I suppose.
All right. Well, that would be skirmish then. Timothy can, of course, jump in there if he likes. He being reckless and all. I don't know.
I am going to pull out a coin's worth of cash and spread them around to the men, saying, "You take care of your people. And when your people aren't loyal, you take care of that too."
Okay. I don't know how that's helping Hamish kill Helker, though.
He's keeping everyone else out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, sure. That'll be a bonus die.
Okay.
That'll cost you 1 stress. Danny.
Okay.
What's my fine weapon do?
It increases the effect.
Okay. So what am I at in terms of position?
Well, you would be at, let's see. It was desperate last time and you rolled horrifically. So it'll actually probably start at desperate.
Where?
It'll be desperate standard.
But then desperate. But my fine weapon automatically makes it go up 2.
It would make it go up 1, so it'd be standard. I'm trying to remember though what tier Chief Helker was. Was he 2? Do you remember? Anybody? Or was he 1?
I think he might have been 2.
Because that'll actually
ever telling us.
Well, I think I remember rolling when you guys were rolling against him before. He was tier 2. So that would actually cancel out your fine weapon essentially. I mean, the two things would just negate each other.
But I can hold on. There's a nifty thing where I will push myself.
Okay.
I can roll any better than what I did.
I mean, you almost can't help but
couldn't roll
better.
worse.
I know. He was not intimidated by me. No, God, stop that. All right, it's being a little sensitive over here. Cancel. It is skirmish. Desperate. Which will finish off my prowess, by the way.
Okay.
And standard. There's my 6.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just whip out my rope and whip the weighted end around his neck.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what you're getting with a 6 is you can get him in a chokehold basically, and then be like, "You're gonna do what for us? You're gonna," or whatever you want to do.
Right. Yes.
I don't think I
heard you correctly. I can't hear you over the gasping and lack of air, motherfucker.
Yeah. With the money that Timothy's passing around, it keeps basically his men from jumping in and intervening. So yeah, you can kind of intimidate him there. Of course, it's a little difficult for him to talk to agree with you, so I'm not sure what you want him to do, but he can go.
Nod his head.
He'll nod his head.
All right. I will. I'm behind him now, Mark.
Yeah.
So I'll loosen it up enough to where he could talk.
Okay.
But I've
also got the weight, one of the weights on the rope pressed down on one of his hands. Not quite ready to break it, but.
Okay.
No, you were saying. I believe we were back at the part of the conversation where I said I hadn't heard from you in months, and I paid you.
It's been real busy down here. we got a lot of information that I just wasn't able to deliver uptown real quick. But now that you're here, I could just I could just tell you now. We could do it that way.
I
kind of march him over to Timothy. He has something he'd like to tell you.
Oh, do tell.
He tells you, the informant information that he would have normally brought to you. It's actually just bonus dice, right? Is how that works.
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I don't want my goddamn bonus dice.
Yeah, you get +1 die on gather info for scores from them.
Right.
So, I mean, yes, he tells you information. It's not directly relevant to what you guys are after, but he does give you the information.
Right. I lean down and whisper in his ear. I don't care if you want to take some money from somebody else, but as long as we bought you, you motherfuckers stay bought.
You
You hear me?
If
I was to miss a payment, that'd be one thing.
Yeah, he'll kind of grunt his acquiescence.
So we'll see you next month.
All right, and you release him?
Yeah.
All right,
I am going to take.
Business is done.
I am going to take a coin out of his pocket. Replace what I've spent on his men.
Damn right.
Damn right.
He bought that shit.
He bought that shit.
He bought that shit.
He bought that shit on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah. I mean, he doesn't look happy. He's definitely rubbing his neck, glaring at both of you. But
and from now on, I just want you to know, Mark, I will be making his delivered payment myself. So I know this motherfucker takes my money.
Fair enough. Yep. All right. So you got your informants back. That's good.
Yay.
I leave very angry.
Like people
don't know how to do motherfucking business down up in this bitch anymore.
It really went to crap.
It's just so many people wanted his services. It just got overwhelming. He just got lost.
You
stay bought. We did it the right way. We didn't get paid. We came in, offered.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know if that really led to a decision from anybody about what's happening next. But it sure was exciting.
It was.
So, when we come back,
So
if I want to clear my prowess mark, what can I do?
You filled the whole bar. You could just add a dot to one of the actions under prowess.
So
I'm
tempted to do it direct, but it sounds like for my characters, honestly, skirmish. My character does the physical violence.
Most of punching people in the face is skirmish.
yes.
Generally.
All right. Skirmish is a 3 now.
You can't take it any higher.
That's
okay. I also want my record at 3. I also like to blow shit up. And sometimes you just got to make a demonstration by breaking someone's shit instead of breaking them.
Right. Yeah, you can raise it to 4 after you get whatever that gang benefit is. I forget what it's called.
Mastery?
I think so. But it also costs like 3 upgrades too, so
That's fine. I've got other stuff I need to do anyway, so. After we get about halfway back to the bakery, I'm smiling like a fool. I'm happy.
We high five.
Uh-huh.
the highest of 5s.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where were we?
And we got our informants back, everybody.
They had a lot of good.
Were they
information.
gone?
Yeah, they had wandered off. But that's okay. Hamish herded them back in.
You convince them that, they should hold to their bargains.
When I buy someone, I expect them to follow through.
Especially if they're still receiving payments.
So we were still paying them, so yeah.
Point.
Good.
So, do we want to abandon this going after the throne? Or do we
Why?
want
What'd you find out?
that it is at a brothel?
God damn it.
Or do we want to go after Captain D's hagfish farm?
Captain D's.
Did we ever find out who actually had the hagfish farm?
I think it's Captain D myself.
It needs to be Captain D.
Okay, so I looked at the book and rolled some dice and wrote some things down about it, and now I don't know where they are.
They have disappeared themselves.
Oh no, I remember what it was. I didn't write it down. I was about to, and I think you distracted me by going off on some other thing, and I was like, okay, let me go on to these charts. Yeah, I hadn't decided who owned it yet, but I decided where it was.
So what was it?
That didn't make any sense. That don't make no sense. They're already your allies. They just give you the hagfish farm.
That seems fine.
We'll ask them for it.
Hey guys, can we?
Yeah, I mean, we're perfectly willing to say, hey.
We could kind of use a hagfish farm. I heard you guys are trying to get rid of one.
Right. Yeah, it's just too much bother anymore. It's just oh, I remember I rolled that.
We lost Shay. Oh, there he is. Never mind.
Yeah, I had to bring it back up. I mean, you guys can still use it. We just want to use it too. It's cool.
We've got a hankering for some hagfish.
No.
Battered and fried.
No.
Look, Shane, it's just like feeding people to the pigs. The pigs are still delicious when you eat them.
Except hagfish were never delicious.
I disagree. By the way, I thought of it. Grayville. So the Grayville biscuit is thinly sliced eel with mushrooms.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Clever.
So it's just what everyone eats all the time anyway.
Yeah, kind of a normal diet.
See, I was thinking maybe you slice it real thin, put it on a toasted bun with maybe like some lettuce, a little balsamic vinegar. I don't know, jazz it up a little.
No, clearly it's it's a savory like Swiss cake roll.
Okay,
but it's got to be brave in there somewhere.
You get the eel and the mushroom like pate, and you roll it up inside the dough, and you bake it.
It's finely sliced eel served inside of a Twinkie.
It's the eel mousse.
Because we're classing up the joint.
Eel mousse.
So yeah, I just Googled hagfish, and I'm not sure I want to be eating those.
That was what I was saying.
But you got to forget, there is nothing else to eat.
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing but snails and mushrooms.
There's eels. We eat eels.
Okay, so the hagfish farm that you have your eyes on is actually hidden in a brewery.
Oh, hey, you went to the tavern, right, Danny? So
they've just got some extra tanks in the back that got dead bodies and some fish in them. Sometimes, hopefully they don't use that water in their products. Who knows?
For beer also?
Right. Maybe they do.
Okay. Quick sidebar. Hagfish are not often eaten, but in Korea, the hagfish is kept alive and irritated by rattling its container with a stick, prompting it to produce slime in large quantities. This slime is used in a similar manner as egg whites.
Well, that's the one thing. That's the one thing hagfish do very well is make slime.
Why?
And their skin is good for leather. Eel skin, I should say.
Well, hagfish make slime so that they can. Well, it helps with when
It's a hobby.
When they move themselves along and when they attach themselves to something to feed, they like kind of tie themselves in a knot.
But
They make slime as just kind of a hobby.
Well, the slime's also like, kind of like an octopus ink sac. They do it to, get away from predators.
But there is some Korean stir-fried dish made with hagfish.
It sounds lovely, especially if it's really slimy.
Okay, look, Mark, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do I know of any other brothels that I could turn to for my specific proclivities? I mean, obviously, I'd have to reestablish myself.
So of other places, but your particular kink isn't necessarily what you find at a normal brothel. So you'd have to do some digging. It'd basically be a long-term project in order to find a new vice purveyor, if you had to go that route.
We don't have to do it. It's not required for this mission.
Hey, and they don't have to find out it was you. So
preferably, that's the way that goes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
If it's profitable for us to do the deal, I will do it.
I don't know if it's profitable.
How much were they offering?
It's a great question. I never told you, did I?
No.
I didn't.
Is it more than we can make from our drug den?
I mean, you rolled a 6, so no.
This is going up against a tier 4 gang, so I'm assuming it's, a decent payout.
Is it really a tier 4 gang?
Church of the Flame? Are you kidding me? They've got to be tier 4.
Is that all we do is go up against tier 4 people?
Yes.
It's a hobby.
I'm going to manage your fucking expectations.
It's a gang. It's a group made up of like the highest nobility. Yes, it's tier 4. At worst, it's tier 3. Okay, it's tier 3.
Yeah, I think they're tier 3, and it's probably 8 coin.
I was gonna say it's gotta be pretty. Gotta be pretty good.
So I mean, it's not like not a lot of people want it, but it did have to be scavenged in from the Deathlands, and that just tends to drive up prices anyway. Plus, it's a big thing, so if you're going to get rid of it, it takes a little bit of work to get rid of. So I'm thinking 8. Which is a pretty decent payout.
Yeah, it is.
How are we going to get rid of it?
It's the most we've gotten from any mission, except for the one where we found the assassin stash.
How much do we have in the vaults? How much do we have in the vaults?
In the vaults? Oops.
Yeah.
3.
We don't have anything in the vaults because we don't have vaults.
Well, 3 coin. We have 3 coin for the.
Yeah, the gang.
We have 3 coin.
But we can only have one more, right?
In the guild, yeah.
How much money does everyone else have? I mean, obviously we can put it in our stash or whatever.
I've got 2. I could take 2 more.
Yeah, I've got 1 right now.
That's 6 accounted for right there. So Edlund and Hamish, how much can you take?
I'm probably enough to do it, but I say this one is under Hamish. I'm fine with not doing it.
When does he need to know?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily a win situation. I mean, all of this stuff could be happening at the same time, or
so we can go after the
after.
Hagfish Farm.
We
go after the Hagfish Farm and then go after the.
We had a mission become available, and then we did 2 other missions before we went and finally did that one. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a TV show, so think of it.
It's just in our quest log.
Right. It's just in your quest log.
I mean, I'm sure eventually they might be like, I don't need that anymore.
Yeah, but, if you don't get to it this season, we're not going to bring it up again. But I mean,
I'm still interested in doing the mission, but let's do the Hagfish Farm first.
We should.
I'm also all about expanding our power.
So who actually owns the Hagfish Farm?
So apparently it's someone named Lord Dalmar. Dalmor.
Well, I love fucking the noble, so that's fine by me.
Is he with anybody? Any group that we know of?
What?
Does he just like beer?
I mean, it's a good product to make.
Okay.
Ask if he was with any group that we know of.
Not that you know of.
What were you saying?
What were you saying, Edlund?
Yeah. Nothing that stuck to mind.
Okay. So if we do this job, will it increase our rep or not? The Hagfish Farm.
All jobs technically do.
Okay. All right.
Is Lord Delmar a member of the Circle of Flame?
Nope. Not that you know of.
He doesn't like store his chair here at the brewery?
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay. Oh, well, it's worth a shot.
All right, so a little harder to take control of a brewery. We could always buy it, potentially. I don't know what kind of cost that sort of thing has, though.
Well, it's probably more than 3 coin.
Convince him it's, not worth keeping a hold of.
Yeah, you could intimidate him or rough him up. Or you could just,
options?
Release rats in the place and then say, yeah, it's not worth anything. I mean,
Yeah, that was kind of...
So we could assault, occult, deception, social, stealth, or transport?
Right.
Okay.
Obviously, some of those don't make sense, but...
All right, let's transport the brewery.
Right. That was the one I was thinking of. Didn't... Unless you were moving the actual beer.
I say, we could move the hagfish barrels.
You need a place to put them.
We would, yeah.
That's more the issue, I think. Because if you just get a big aquarium full of hagfish and you shake them a lot, they'll just make a lot of slime, and then you'll be sliding and slipping everywhere, and it just turns into a big comedy.
Right.
There's entire Japanese game shows about that.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So what planning do we think we should do here?
This is the slip inside room.
Uh-huh.
Well, we more come up with a plan and then see what it fits. Usually.
Generally, I mean, basically you pick one of those things and sort of decide your approach, and then we just go from there.
I say we would go with the cult because that is our strong point.
Yeah, you can summon up a dark ritual to kill all the hagfish, and yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, we're just gonna haunt the bar until no one wants it.
I like it. Let's do that.
Haunted beer. No one will drink it.
Nope.
I think that would make it more popular. I don't know.
It might.
If I could drink haunted beer, I just,
We could attack the bar and just rough up all his patrons till they, don't want to come back.
Is it a bar or a brewery?
Yeah, it's not a bar. It's a brewery. It's not like our fancy modern microbreweries that also have bars in front.
So there's no actual clientele at the place. Yeah. It just makes the beer.
Right.
I don't know. I think both sides. I think that's good.
This would be a good chance to wreck stuff if we wanted to.
Just ruin the brewery so that he has to give it up.
Drive down at least.
Drive it out of business and then just keep some hagfish there. I don't know.
I could talk to the guy that runs the leaky bucket, rather.
So if we get flush with coin later, we can always.
He would be interested in purchasing his own brewery for his bar. He could make his own IPAs. He would have to. He could cut down on the.
Do we want him knowing about the hagfish?
No, but he would be busy running the leaky bucket.
I mean, I guess if he's fine with us having our own room or section of the brewery. That could work.
Or I could talk our socialites into, crafting beers for themselves.
Start the microbrew craze.
Mm-hmm.
Or they could just, shit all over his brand of beer.
That's true.
So he's forced to sell.
What crowd does he cater to?
Question.
Lord Dalmore?
Yeah.
It's, I want to say like a mid-tier brewery. It's the sort of stuff that Timothy gets bought when he goes and signs autographs at the Leaky Bucket, but not the stuff that he would normally drink at the Leaky Bucket.
Okay, so it's a step up from that.
It's a step up from that, but if you were to go uptown, that would be like the swill.
That's their draft.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So I don't know. We need to come up with a good beer name for it. I don't.
So yeah, if our socialites pissed all over it, that might actually be a good bubble.
You had an idea there too. It sounded like, Edmund.
Why don't we just buy him out?
Well, that's the first thing. That's the first thing I brought up, but it's probably gonna be pricey.
Or, turn him into one of ours.
How high up is he?
Is he interested in selling?
Well, that doesn't factor into it. Come on, Timothy. We can make him want to sell.
Right. What tier is he though?
Now, he is a minor noble. He's not like on the city council or anything like that.
So is he the sort that might I don't know, frequent our drug dens?
No, I was about to say he's not one that lives in Six Towers. Like he actually lives in a nice, Brightstone. Like he is still a noble who has power, but he's not one of the major ones. So yeah, he wouldn't be into the drug den. No.
Is he someone that Grace might have dirt on? Is he minor enough to have dirt on him?
Is he like tier 3, tier 4, tier 3? I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably 3.
Okay.
Probably 3.
But is he minor enough for Grace to have dirt on him?
I'll talk to Valeris about him. That's her circle.
That's a good question. Why don't you make a fortune roll there, Hamish?
Where do I do that?
There's a button on the lower part of your character sheet. I think the third column.
If you look under your friends.
Okay, just how many dice?
Well, she is tier 1.
Okay.
She'd roll 1 die.
Okay. Nope.
How about that kind of roll?
It was worth checking.
No. No, good thought. Good thought. Yeah, okay. And so what Valeris would know about him? Yes. He has a few minor businesses around town, which is where, he is actually able to keep up a noble lifestyle.
Okay.
The brewery was actually purchased by his father, as a luxury at the time. And it's actually one of the few things that the family has been able to hold on to.
Okay. Is he interested in it, or is it sort of something he has because he had it?
He is interested in keeping it. He is not interested in I'm making craft beer or that sort of thing. But it is income that keeps his family afloat.
Okay.
But I don't know if you mentioned this to her or not, but she doesn't seem to mention anything about a hagfish farm.
So, one of the reasons we're interested in it is because it's almost the front for a second business, which is a hagfish farm. It didn't sound like you knew about that, so I am curious.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that he was involved in any sort of illegal activities. That's interesting.
Yeah. I thought so.
Is that what hagfish farming is known for?
Yeah. That's why you keep them.
It's not to eat them, that's for sure. You mean he couldn't just be using the slime for his beer?
Okay, so that's disgusting.
Here's the thing.
So there are
looking at the.
Go ahead.
We might be looking at the wrong thing, the wrong person. He just wants this for profit, for money. But somebody still has to run it. Maybe it's the person that's running it that's using the hagfish side of it.
That's true.
It's possible.
That is a possibility. I was going to say there are hagfish farms that are legitimate, but one hidden in a brewery is obviously not.
So you're suggesting that maybe he doesn't even know about it?
Yeah, and it's maybe the manager,
the proprietor,
or the brewmaster is actually using that for some other secondary effect to make more money.
Well, let's see if we can't figure that out.
So I say we spend a couple days stalking it, looking to see who actually is using it.
That is kind of my thing.
Who is using the hagfish farm?
See who looks like it, seems to actually know it's there.
You mean a group of people bringing in a body?
Right.
Yes.
Or people going back and checking on the hagfish and feeding them or whatever.
Or is there any way, just by watching, is there any way to tie us to where he knows? Or is there any way to tie, could we arrange where he comes down and inspects the place? And do they actively go out of their way to hide it from him? There's a couple different ways to go here.
It's an interesting question.
If he comes down and they hide it from him, then we know. But if he comes down and is involved in it, then we know as well.
I'll make sure I tell Polaris about the the hagfish farm, because I really don't feel like I've told the NPCs enough in this game.
Okay, sure. You already sort of did tell her.
I know.
Because she
I'll
didn't
make sure
know
she knows
about
everything about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
A
yeah.
little more even.
Yeah, Vaughn, I'm not sure how just watching the place would necessarily get you the information you're looking for here.
Like I said,
I mean, you can definitely see whether they're using it or not, but like
right.
whether he knows about it.
Oh, as far as whether he knows, I don't know. I don't know that it matters if he.
I mean,
it does.
Does it?
Because if he doesn't know, then we don't have to mess with him. We could have straight out just go after the person who set it up under his nose.
Why can't we go after that person anyway?
Because it might be him?
Right.
Because what do we spend all this time getting that, and then the other people see this and move the hagfish out?
Right.
Well, that was my point. If we go after the person who's actually running the building.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's why we go after them. But also, like I said, if it's him, his contacts would be on the more noble side. What is it? Who are the elite swordsmen again?
The Red Sashes?
Yeah. If the Red Sashes are using this, that kind of leans towards maybe more of an upper class situation. If, dock workers or whatever are using it, or one of the more lower class.
And I still think it does matter whether he knows or not. Because that matters to how we maintain it.
Yeah. If it's dock workers, their prices are going up.
You're damn right.
Well, all you genius types, what are we doing?
Well, I think. Oh, I don't gotta say.
I was gonna say, can't you watch out and see if he comes to the place, and if he does, are they trying to hide it from him?
He's not going to come down here.
Why not? It's his only source of income.
It's not his only source of income. It's hardly his only source of income. It's important.
Okay, it's an important source of income.
He's not going to come down here to visit. He doesn't care anything about this brewery, except that it runs. That's the only thing he cares about.
Very well, if there's an accident.
Well, then cause an accident.
No problem.
No problem. I can wreck some shit.
I'm just saying, left to its own devices, he ain't going nowhere.
If this is a service that they sell to people, I might be able to get in there and, purchase the service. If the proprietor knows what the hell I'm talking about, then that means he's in on it. Or we may have to go to Lord What's-His-Face.
And the weird thing is we don't even really have to, well, I guess we do have to control it, but it doesn't actually give us money. Ever.
Yeah, Fish Farm, no, it doesn't.
It does reduce heat.
Yes.
Which we could use.
Yeah, so
I'm interested just what's it being used for. So that's worth watching it. Who's using it for and why? I mean, is he, disposing of his political enemies, or is he, farming it out for money?
If a couple of Red Sashes come and drop off a delivery of packages that, look like chopped up bodies.
Well, if there's any gangs visiting, that on itself would be.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that would obviously give it away.
Right.
And that is not happening, that you can tell.
So it's something more discerning.
Or less. I don't know.
I say we maintain surveillance until we see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, so it sounds like we can't quite decide on the job until we know more about.
We need to gather information.
Like we can't quite figure out the approach till we know more info. So let's figure out what info we need. Make a decision.
Well, we need to know who's actually using the Hackfish.
And
who's
how
providing
to
the
find
service,
that out.
and who they're providing the service to.
Yeah. How would you find that out?
I still think we want to know if he owns. I mean, he knows as well.
We need to know
who
enters and
hiding
exits.
him too.
Just knowing who comes and goes would be helpful. Then I can figure out who actually works there and is regular, and who only shows up on rare occasion.
Yeah. Okay. So, I hate to do this, but we're pretty much sort of at time.
Yep.
And it's freaking late. But I would sort of like to get to a point where we at least know what job we're doing. So I think we are doing this job. We just don't know.
Yes.
The point of attack yet.
Yeah, the point of attack. Okay. So. And the approach, or I guess that's sort of the same thing.
Yep.
All right, so let's leave it there, I think, for right now. But we will definitely next time figure it out and give you the rest of the information that you're actually asking for at this point, so you can make the approach. Figure out the approach. I think.
Sure.
So let's do XP. That's always fun. People like experience.
Usually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but you do. All right, let's go alphabetical by last name.
Boo.
Hamish. That means you. You are first.
All right. I did address a challenge with violence or coercion several times tonight.
I mean, there's definitely one instance with some dock workers that I remember. What's the other?
With the reporter.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's twice.
I don't know. I brought up the union thing quite a bit, being from the docks, but I don't know that played as much.
Are you talking about with your beliefs?
That's my belief.
Drives heritage or background?
I can take it or not. It's really up to you.
It's actually not really up to me. It's up to you. Was
It's
it
actually
important
up to
enough
you.
to your character?
The doc thing was like that really pissed me off that he didn't say bot, but
Well,
I probably would not have answered that with violence if I thought he was, just doing business.
well, it sounds like it was then. So,
All right. And did I struggle with my vice or traumas? I did have to decide not to do that job, but I don't know if that's struggle enough yet.
I mean, it's definitely leaning that direction, I would say.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know if it. Yeah, I don't know if you want to count it necessarily. I mean, it probably could come up again if that job comes up again.
I
think I'll wait and see when the job comes up again,
or
if I actually go out of my way to find a different person to replace her.
Okay,
Then I would say that I'm struggling with it, but not right now.
that makes sense.
But that did fill up my playbook advancement,
Okay,
and so I'm going to take not to be trifled with,
okay.
which says I can push myself to perform a feat of physical force that verges on superhuman, or I can engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat.
Nice.
By myself.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill
every motherfucker.
That's right.
The power of thugs.
That's what that does.
See,
People didn't take a wound. You have just needed a thug
Exactly.
this whole time.
We haven't actually gotten in a fight.
We got a fight today. Me and Danny did.
No, it's not a fight unless they swing back.
I did the Tony Stark throw money at them while you beat the hell out of the guy.
That's the best kind of fight.
The ones where they don't swing back.
They was
Where they know you don't ever give them the opportunity to swing back.
I'm still saying that's still not a fight.
Timothy, I believe that you are next.
Down.
Hmm?
I mean, it's ideal, but it's not a fight.
Let's see. I don't think I made any desperate rolls or anything.
Yeah, I think the only person that did was
challenge.
Jim.
Yeah.
Address a challenge with deception or influence.
I don't think I deceived anybody this time.
Was influence the money? Passing money out to the people?
I mean, could be.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right.
Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I don't think I did that this time.
Trying to think.
I can't think of anything that would.
I can't think of any specific interactions, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I may just not be remembering any.
Let's see. And struggle with issues from your vice or trauma.
I did overindulge, and I did go balls to the wall, saying that we should jump that guy right there in front of his own guys.
You're right.
You're right. You sure did.
Yes, you did.
That's true. You did do both those things.
Okay.
That's 2.
Well, I mean, yeah. So you got a total of 3 this time?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I
Can I
believe
spend those points anywhere, or is that just playbook advanced?
you could put those anywhere.
Okay.
I believe Edland. You are next.
Yep. I didn't do much this one. So address the challenge with technical skill or mayhem. I don't think that came up at all.
No, I think just because we
Didn't
didn't
either.
actually get to a job, that one didn't really.
Yeah. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Don't think that came up at all.
There was something about being a student, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mentioned it. But that could have I don't think that was anything specific in the game.
Okay.
I think that was more just, talking.
All right.
Which that is, but I don't know if that was me or Edland.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's up to you, but I see what you're saying.
And you struggle with issues, your vice or traumas during the scene. I just never, my trauma didn't even come up because I didn't really do much with it.
You did decide to experiment on live people.
Yeah, but that's my trauma.
That's a little unhinged.
That's my
This
Right.
is drive.
Okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily struggling with it
Yeah.
at this point.
Just indulging.
Yeah, sometimes in downtime that just happens. You just don't get to trigger all the things.
I don't think I got anything this adventure.
Sad. I'm sad for you, especially in the Christmas adventure. Don't even get a
No,
sweet
it's
gift,
fine.
No gift.
like some sweet XP.
We were visited by 3 ghosts.
Right. So Vaughn.
Okay, so I did address the challenge with tracking and the threat of violence.
I seem to recall that. Yeah.
For once, I think my beliefs in background and heritage came up. So, there's a lot of talk about the Lost District this time.
Okay.
Which I'm
Yeah.
all sorts of interested in. My background came up because we're talking about getting a hag farm. Where I was like, no, I worked in a eel cannery, never eat hagfish.
Right.
That is a terrible idea. So those actually came up for once.
Okay.
So struggle with issues from your vice or traumas. I've been trying to play Bond as slowly becoming more and more prone to just violence as an immediate solution to everything.
You did suggest murdering people at least twice
At first,
that I know
at
of.
first it was at first Bond was a lot more careful as far as he didn't want anyone to know about any of this stuff. Now he's like, yeah, let's just kill him. Which is my trauma is vicious.
Yeah. No,
So-
you did suggest it twice. I I took note of it. So
I feel that I hit that this time,
all right.
which I didn't really hit last time.
If my Trump ever becomes vicious, oh good lord.
So
I'm already mean.
that will fill my playbook.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. What are you gonna take?
There's one of two things I haven't decided quite yet. I like sharpshooter and I like ghost hunter. They're both cool. I'll have to decide before next time. One of those two.
So the gang, the Gray Eels, execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation. Unfortunately, no.
I don't think we ever actually got to a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contend with challenges above your current station.
Wow, that was a lot of downtime. We did do that.
Yeah, we did
The
do
people we
that.
messed with were higher tier than us.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember who exactly you messed with.
We messed with the Ink Rakes chick. The Ink Rakes to tier 2.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you did contend with that one.
We started messing with the Circle of Flames, who's definitely higher than us.
And the dock worker guy I messed with was tier 2, right?
That's true. He was
Yeah,
too.
he was. Okay.
That's 2 experience.
Yeah, okay. And then bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
Oh, we might have.
famous
Okay,
now.
so the two things we did might actually have affected reputation because one, we threatened the Ink Rake's life if they didn't change their story. But I don't know if people knew about that other than they saw might have seen the retractions. And then the dock workers, that was in public. So
that's true. And the other thing I was thinking was, as far as bolstering your crew's reputation, is you had a newspaper story published about you.
yeah, we did.
That's nothing but reputation. May not be a reputation you want, but
I think we definitely did that.
So did that happen once or twice?
I would actually say that's 2, and it's more so that the newspapers thing was a major one, more so than it happened multiple times. But yeah, I'd say so.
So did we actually go? Did our actual reputation go up as well?
No, this is actually
This is just XP.
Yeah, this is not
Okay.
rep. This is reputation.
You only get rep off. You only get rep off of actual
Jobs.
jobs.
The terms are very close, but they are actually talking about 2 separate things. And then express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I think it's obviously still conflict about what to do, but
Yeah. We're kind of all over the place this episode.
we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
not
agree on
necessarily,
anything, apparently.
unless somebody
But that's
think
not
of
really inner
something.
conflict.
I'm not thinking of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we really did, other than get our corners.
I
didn't get our corners.
I just make
sure the people we buy stay bought. That's
a
essential part of business.
I made sure they took back
It's just
those
good business.
heinous things they said about us, like the location of our secret
Right.
base.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I sorry. I just thought of another thing that you did to bolster your crew's reputation was, first thing Timothy did after the newspaper story was out was go and sign autographs. So.
Oh yeah, and set the story straight.
Right. No, I mean that didn't increase your XP. You've already got the max from that category, but it was another thing. It did that.
Nice.
All right. So, I guess that's it. So, we'll pick
Next Saturday,
We'll pick up next year.
except for next. Well, next Saturday.
Well, I meant for this game. We'll be
Well,
next
but not
year.
for blades. Yeah.
Yes, but next Saturday will be masks.
Yes.
You're still running?
I think people said we'd have enough here.
Okay.
And if I'm missing like 4 people, I still think I have enough.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people in that game.
Still have to.
I don't know if I'll be on the road or not. I might be. We'll see, Chris. Maybe traveling that day.
Okay.
All
Your
right.
character's been avoiding us anyway, so
That's true. You are
It'll work.
avoiding us.
Damn it.
So, yeah, have a holiday thing with the things.
Merry
and the
Christmas,
holidays.
folks.
Happy holidays, folks.
Ah.